Order accepted.
Since one of the main purposes of the Staircase is to introduce new players to Starcraft 2, we're going to go over some of the basics in this first part. Click here if you want to skip this section. Okay, last episode we learned about the evils of the command card, and now it's time to learn the glory of the attack move. Find your attack hotkey by looking at your command card. Select some units, press the button that appears over this symbol. Next, left-click on the ground behind your enemy. That's it. For the time being, use attack move with all army units. Next, you're going to need to know what control groups and location keys are. Fortunately, we have 2 short videos on that. If you don't fully understand control groups and location keys, please pause this and go watch those videos. I promise it's very useful. Welcome back. For this step, we'll be using at least 2 control groups and a location key for each base you decide to make. One control group is for your hatcheries, use this to make all of your units. One is for your army, which for the time being is Zerglings. And the rest of the control groups will be for your inject method, the one that you chose in step 0. Wait, you didn't skip step 0, did you? Take a look at the keys you need to press to make control groups and location keys happen. If it helps, write them down on a notebook so you can glance over at it if you forget. Also, quickly take note of the key to build a drone and to select larva. If you're feeling fancy, I strongly suggest changing your drone key to match your select larva key, or vice versa. Here's a video to show you how to change hotkeys if you need it. Start up a game of Starcraft 2. This can be on the ladder, versus AI, versus your friends, 1 versus 1, team games, free-for-all, whichever you decide you like the most. If you decide to update your hotkeys as the game is loading, hold down the key to select larva and build a drone. Should be the same key. When the game has loaded, click on the hatchery. Because you are still holding the key to build a drone when you do this, a drone will start building immediately. For the time being, keep cranking out drones. Next, add the hatchery into a control group and create all of your locations for the bases you are planning on taking. Remember to always use the control group to build units. Do not click the hatchery or the larva on the main screen. When you have 100 minerals and are at 9 out of 10, supply, build, and overlord. This will increase your maximum supply by 8. Keep building drones and get a spawning pool when you have 200 minerals. Once the spawning pool is finished, you can build queens and zerglings. Build queens as soon as you can and get your injects and creep spread going from step 0. When you decide to build zerglings, add them into your army control group as soon as you turn the larva into eggs. Watch this video to learn the best way to egg hotkey. When you're between 16 and 24 drones mining minerals, build a hatchery and add it to your hatchery control group. The 25th drone that you send to mine minerals does nothing but bounce between patches looking for a place to mine. So, ideally you want to have your next hatchery finished before you reach 24 drones at your current base or bases. Once you reach 3 bases with 16 drones mining minerals at each, stop making drones. Your 4th hatchery should finish before your first base runs out of minerals, your 5th when your 2nd does, etc. When you do want to attack, build zerglings and attack move them across the map to your enemy's base. Do not look at your army once it has left your base. If you notice on your minimap that your army has stopped attacking or stopped moving, use your control group to select them and issue another attack move command with the minimap. Once you've got the hang of this, it's time to get creative. Here are the rules for Step 1 Zerg. 1. You may not mine gas. 2. You may not look at your army outside of your base. That is all. These are the concrete rules that form the boundary for all of Step 1. You might ask, can I build spines? And the answer would be, you may not mine gas. You might ask, can I get upgrades? The answer would be, you may not mine gas. You may even ask, can I get an extractor and not mine from it? And the answer would be, you may not mine gas. So, before you ask, try your hand at some logic and see if the question can be answered by one of these 2 rules. You can do anything that the rules do not say that you cannot do. So, start exploring the game, learn about all the things that cost only minerals. They are the foundation of Zerg. Here are some examples. You could 6 pool. You could go pool double hatch. You could go triple hatch before pool. When it comes down to it, you are learning to do 3 things. Supply, units, money. Supply means check your supply and make sure your maximum supply stays about 10 ahead of your current supply. Units means to make drones and zerglings. Money means to check to see if you have resources in the bank after spending your larva, and if you do, build more hatcheries. Then go back to checking your supply. Remember to keep your creep spread and injects going throughout the whole game. GG Tracker will keep track of this for you. When you win, it will be by the sheer power of macro that you overwhelm your opponent. When you lose, your opponent will have either made more stuff than you or made smart decisions to take advantage of your self-imposed restriction. But the best part about macro is, even if they know it's coming, even if they know how to beat it, if their macro is not strong enough, they will lose, and there is nothing that will save them. Remember, win or lose, your goal is to pass. Upload your replay to ggtracker.com and check your benchmarks. If all of your benchmarks meet or exceed your league goal, then you have passed. When you have passed 4 out of your 5 last games, it's time to move on to step 2.